It is a sunny, regular Monday morning. George, a CME assistant, arrives at 6 a.m. in the office. Since it is too early to start his normal work, he decided to take a nap as he is still tired from their previous big event.
Hi, George. Don't forget that we will have a forum 3 months from now at ABC Hotel. Remember to contact our agreed vendors listed on our minutes as per our previous meeting. And please ensure that we cover all the needed requirements from DPS, vendor setup, RBE documents, up to payment processing of CFS, okay?
Noted, ma'am. Copy on that. I will just watch the expense report video for the needed requirements, especially on the vendor setup.
The following are the requirements for the vendor setup. For corporate and individuals, Certificate of Registration or BIR Form 2303, copy of official receipt, denied party screening results or DPS, and approved vendor master form. For HCPs or healthcare professionals, income tax return or BIR Form 1701 or BIR Form 2303, government-issued ID, denied party screening results or DPS, and approved vendor master form. Once DPS is done, requestors can now request for quotation from accredited vendors for hotel, transportation, airfare, and other needed vendors for the event. For non-accredited vendors, requestors need to inquire if they accept a credit term of 120 days for ANI and 90 days for other divisions. Then request for the vendor setup requirements and quotations as well. For big events that need corporate giveaways, make sure to secure an approved concept development and printing approval form or CDPA.
We normally seek budgetary approval from both operation and finance depending on the amount of the expenditure or commitments of funds. For example, for non-inventory purchases for the year 2019, an expenditure of above $500,000 should have an international operation and finance approval, while $500,000 and below should have local operation and finance approval. Once your vendor has already been set up in the vendor master file, you may now proceed with the preparation of your budgetary approval. Budgetary approval documents are ideally in the form of the following, depending on the nature of your expenses.
RBE, also known as Request for Business Expense, is a budgetary approval form prepared in SharePoint that authorizes, creates, and results in a financial obligation of Abbott Laboratories to third parties such as supplier, healthcare professional, institutions, etc. PSA, short name for Professional or Services Agreement, is also prepared in SharePoint, which shows the terms and conditions Abbott must agree with our engaged healthcare professional before an activity. BTR, Business Travel Request, is another form of budgetary approval used for travel arrangements of Abbott employees and engaged third parties. RP, known as Request to Purchase, is also a budgetary approval form for purchases of goods and services below 10,000 pesos. Contracts is another form of budgetary approval which shows the terms and conditions of the activities to be rendered, reviewed by our legal prior to approval. LOA, known as Letter of Authority document issued to third parties that caters to accommodation, meals, and transportation arrangements of our Abbott employees and engaged third parties in a hotel. Work Plan is a budgetary approval form normally used for trade and merchandising activities. RCE, also known as Request for Capital Expenditure, is a budgetary approval form for fixed assets purchases.
The assistant will send the approved letter of authority or quotation, pending acknowledgement from the vendor. Ideally, the quotation or conforming letter are signed off by a manager. An email notification for the approved RBE with fee of creation will be received by purchasing for the giveaways and booth setup. Once the billings are received from the receptionist, the CME assistant will enter the details in DTS for barcoding and collate all the supporting documents with proper review. Then, forward to CME manager who reviews the supporting documents prior to approval. Once the CME manager reviewed and signed the OK for payment or verified against contract, the documents will be forwarded by the CME assistant to CFS Accounts Payable Analyst. Once the billings are received from the receptionist, the CME assistant will enter the details in DTS for barcoding and collate all the supporting documents without proper review. Then, forward to CME manager who approves the invoices without reviewing it too. Once the CME manager reviewed and signed the OK for payment or verified against contract, the documents will be forwarded by the CME assistant to CFS Accounts Payable Analyst.
Hi ma'am, these are the billings with the supporting documents from our previous convention. Please review and approve the documents before we submit to CFS for payment.
Thus all supporting documents are complete, such as the budgetary approval. RBE, is this the latest with all our changes?
Oh, I forgot. Let me recheck. Here it goes, ma'am.
Okay, leave it on my tray and I'll review it later. Thanks.
After CME manager has approved the documents, they will forward the invoice to AP analyst, ideally within 30 days after invoice date. CFS AP analyst receive the documents in DTS and review the correctness and completeness of documents.
Hi Zaira, please receive this document for check processing. Let me know if I miss anything so I can revert to you immediately.
Hang on, George. Just want to check if you have the AP checklist. I guess you missed that part. Anyway, I will be sending the AP checklist to your email for your future reference and will let you know if there are any noted concerns.
The AP checklist is a checklist used for reference purposes of the requestors, so that supporting documents are complete prior to invoice and document submission to CFS. If the invoice and supporting documents are found in order, the AP analyst encode it in BPIX and tag in DTS as verified. Then AP analyst to forward the documents to AP supervisor for review.
Hi ma'am, for your review.
Okay, thanks. I will just get my magnifying glass.
If documents are not in order, the AP will tag the document in DTS as returned status, then send back to assistant for completion.
Hi George, please reconcile the discrepancies in the list of attendees.
Okay, thanks for your advice. I will recheck it shortly.
If all documents are found in order, the AP supervisor scan the barcode sticker in DTS as verified, then forward to Treasury Analyst for check selection. Due invoices should be submitted every Monday of the week until 5 p.m. so that AP processor will have ample time for review and processing. Selection of Treasury for invoices, on the other hand, is every Wednesday. Cut-off time is at 2 p.m., while check releasing schedule is every Friday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. If the amount of check is 5 million pesos and below, check will be released at Intertraffic Transport Corporation or ITC with contact numbers 894-2467 or 400-7899. For checks 5 million pesos and above, it will only be released at Abbott office. Similarly, for vendors located at provinces with no collectors, checks are normally collected or coursed through marketing or sales assistants at Abbott office.
Last call! It's almost 3 o'clock.
Wait! Please include this last one document.
Oh George, don't forget that we will have a forum 3 months from now at ABC Hotel.
Ma'am, is this for real or am I still dreaming?